Man, does it feel nice to be a kid again? And I'm talking Dreamworks' first ever live action take on one of the most classic animated films back in the years of their prime, and that is How to Train Your Dragon. Let's talk about this movie. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and leave a like, as it really helps a lot. And I had fond memories going to this movie. I had fond memories of the first movie. Now, I didn't not see that in theaters, but I'd seen that in the first animated movie in middle school when I was in sixth grade. And I totally love this movie for what it was. It was really classic. It had the vibes of a DreamWorks movie, heart, humor, and great characters in that animated film and the series. And going to this movie, they are doing a live action. And this was something catchy to know that every time there's live actions in terms of what Disney's been doing, there's always been ups and downs in terms of quality, in terms of like the fan base. But something caught on to why this movie was going to be in good hands when they got the director from the previous franchise and the films, Dean DeBloy, and he is also writing this movie, directing this movie, produces, and I'll go over him in the next few minutes, next minute or so, because I am just literally coming out here and just saying this right now. I got to see this movie last night as of the video pops on in recording. How to Train Your Dragon in live action just stunned me away. And I mean in a great way. It's a lot to unpack, but I came out of this movie smiled, joyful, and feeling like a nostalgic kid who watched the first movie. And I loved every second of it. Now, am I saying it's better than the anime movie? Of course not. It's not going to be perfect to how they do it, but the fact they got the same director from the franchise is promising to know what he's going to deliver. The man you see on your screen is the man of How to Train Your Dragon himself, Dean DeBloy. And I'm going to tell you right now, wasn't for him, we would be having a different conversation with this review. But let me just say this to give a big shout out to him. Coming over to this movie, despite him getting older, he's in his 50s, and he's recreating a reimagining tale of the classic anime movie. And the sequel just got announced months ago before release, which tells you the confidence is there. They played this movie at CinemaCon a couple months ago, and the buzz was really good. And the buzz going to this movie is something, because it is a 99% audience rated on Rotten Tomatoes, and it might be an A+ cinema score. As this recording, we will have to find out, but Dean DeBloy just did an amazing job recapturing the animated movie to this movie, transitioning wise from the production value to the cinematography, and to getting the same composer who did the first movie, John Powell. Amazing recruitment to get this movie feel like the same. And I know people don't like predictability, that's fine, but this is something classic to know that he did a great job pulling this off in such stunning way. Like, just to talk about the production value, it is clean. Like, it almost looks like you're looking at the exact same movie. In live action, this is pretty much beautiful of what you love to see. So much production to this movie is amazing. Even the skies in the movie, and almost the exact scenes during this movie, it's like you're looking straight out of a cartoon, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. The cinematography is really good. Now, just a downside that real quick, it's a shot-for-shot remake. I know people are not going to be really looking forward to it, or just expect it to be just not good enough. I understand that. But the shot-for-shot in some scenes, now it didn't feel most of the shot-for-shots were there, but there were some iconic shot-for-shots that were transited from the original to this movie. Never bothered me, because it has to get the classic. It's got to get the iconic reimagining to this movie in some ways. Like for instance, you see Hiccup petting Toothless for the first time, and it almost looks the exact same. I still find it touchingly amusing to see that. So the shot for shots in some parts did not bother me, When the flight sequences, I'll get to in a bit, but I overall think Dean DeBloy did a great job. Also getting the cast performance the best out of them, which I'll get to in a few. But without him, this could be a different conversation. Dean DeBloy just did an amazing job transitioning from the original to this movie in stunning way, like you're almost looking straight of a cartoon. What they really got down so efficiently, and I know we had Leo and Stitch past few weeks ago, that Stitch and the creature visuals designs are really well done, but compared to the other live action remakes that we've been getting over the past years, and this is DreamWorks' first take, they nailed the CGI visuals of the dragons, especially Toothless, and they are beautiful and stunningly awesome to look at. It's like you're looking at them straight out of a cartoon, like I previously stated, but it is just wow all over. The creatures did not bother me with the looks. It feels just like the movie, the original, in every conceivable way. And they just nailed the visuals out of the park with this movie. The cinematography, like I wanted to bring up with the flight sequences. And this is shot in IMAX, by the way, which is why I would recommend you go see on the bigger screen possible and PLF wise. The flight sequences had me hooked to the T so much. It feels like I'm riding a roller coaster through an amusement park ride. I guarantee Universal Orlando Park is already putting up, or let me know if they already had a How to Train Your Dragon amusement park theme roller coaster ride, because I'm gonna tell you, it feels exactly like that when you watch the movie. It's stunningly amazing. It's stunningly crazy to watch. Like, your body feels like you're strapped in for this dragon ride. And I will tell you, you get the most out of it as you're wondering about the flight sequences. And Dean DeBloy just nailed how this direction went with the cinematographer they got, who's known for past couple movies. Can't remember the names, but he's a very good cinematographer for what he did. What an amazing work with the flights and the CGI visuals, dragons. They just nailed this very well with this live action version of How to Train Your Dragon. Going to the castings, didn't leave question marks, but there have been lot of bad talks, particularly one actress in this movie. But let me just get to the main lead first. You have Mason Thames, who plays Hiccup. Jay Boltrell was the voice of him in the cartoon, which he was really good at, and the franchise. And then Mason coming in this movie. Now, he doesn't got this quirky, nerdy thing. I'll just say this right now. But I'm not saying he was terrible. I think overall he fits the movie like a glove. He did an amazing job bonding with Toothless. The chemistry is there. His performance is right out of the park. Transitioning from the cartoon to the realism of this movie, he nailed a lot of this amazing work to his performance. He's getting older. He's also got the Black Phone fame from what he started in, and then the sequel's coming out this year. I can tell you right now, Mason Thames was incredible enough to say that hopefully he becomes a movie star up to this point, and he gets casted in such big roles. I'm going to make this prediction. Do not act surprised. And this is my take. Do not act surprised if he gets cast as Link in the Zelda movie. I think he's capable of doing that. Let's go to Nico Parker. There's a lot of smack talk around her in terms of what she is and how she's not comparable to Astrid. But you know what? I don't give a damn. This is a badass character that you watched from years ago. Nico Parker nailed this badass characterization of Astrid, just like the cartoon. Nico Parker just did a lot out of herself, despite being British, but she able to translate a lot of her accent out of this to playing Astrid, and she did an amazing, flawless job. Some of the performance she did in this movie and interaction with Hiccup also made me smiled. Getting to see this relationship dynamic build up as well as her own character. I love Nico in this movie for what she did. And to get into one particular cast who's returning, playing Stalk, is Jarrell Butler. And guys, how could you not love Jarrell Butler? If you love his voice in the movies, you love to see him come back for the role like this, which is interesting. He did a great job. And this feels like I'm watching a Jarrell Butler movies back when I was a kid as well, when he returns to these movies. And I love every second of his action in this movie. He plays Hiccup's dad as well. So the castings were spot on to the most of it that really, really worked. Now, I know some people may not look at them the same way as the cartoons, and that's fine. But for me, they never bothered me in some way because they were able to get such poise out of these characters very efficiently. And they're going to be coming back for the sequel for sure. Obviously, of course, the sequel's just got announced, like I stated. But the castings were incredibly well done. Even Julian Dennison, I really think he fitted this movie as Fish Legs. And the other ones too. Now, I do love Jonah Hill from the animated movies, so obviously he didn't come back, obviously, because he's older, but I think the castings in the live action, I thought they're well done, in my opinion. They like Mason Thames, Nico Parker, they both nailed it out of park so efficiently with Gerard Butler on top of that. Just a great fitting cast of this movie than we anticipate. I think they're gonna just be brought a lot of stardom out of Nico and Mason. But Gerard Butler, he's already been a star from the years, and coming back to this movie, I just think it's a great addition to get him returned. But the castings were spot on solid. Now, like I stated, the animated movie will just be a lot better, and that's a lot of people's eyes. I will still prefer the animated movie, but in a great contrast, it's not terrible to look at. Shot for shot, I understand it's the problem. I really get it. But again, it doesn't bother me, but the cartoon version will always be superior in every conceivable way when animated movies were just prime back in the day, and this is DreamWorks, that's what we're talking about. But for DreamWorks' first ever live action take, transitioning, this is a well done live action that I think will ever be talked about. Even there's haters out there, screw them. The people that enjoys what they enjoyed from back then and go into this movie, yeah, they'll still prefer the anime movie, and that's fine. But they're going to be talking about, including myself, this is the best live action version out there. And DreamWorks, I know they're going to possibly start their own live actions with Shrek, Madagascar. Who knows what they're going to do next? But like I said, the sequel for How to Train Your Dragon is coming. It will be in 2027. We'll see how this goes. Dean DeBlois is going to return, obviously, to come back. But I wanted to mention this is possibly just animated-wise, it's just a lot better. But overall, this live action takes and like only they added a few extended scenes because even then the pacing in this movie is a lot better because when you look at the first one, it's an hour and 39 minutes, and this one, this live action remake, is like 2 hours and 5 minutes. So it's like an extended scene edition you're getting with this movie. And overall, it doesn't bother me for the most of it. I thought some of the additional scenes they put in terms of the interaction and some of the action, is well done. And for the most of it, it never bothered me. How to Train Your Dragon redefines the classic DreamWorks anime movie, transitioning to one of the most iconic, beautiful, stunningly awesome first take DreamWorks live action yet in all live actions, putting Disney in such shame of what they can do better in terms of the action, in terms of the castings, in terms of getting the same person, same filmmakers coming back to doing this movie like Dean DeBlois. He nailed it out of the park. The castings nailed out of this park. The CGI dragons and the flight cinematography were incredible, top notch. This live action remake just defies all expectations if you're going to this movie. Now, this is great also to mention this. This is great for newcomers, new people that are going to this movie. I can't say it's for young kids, but sometimes it could be for the young kids. But I look at this movie, it's not for the young kids of Leo and Stitch, I can tell you, but it's good for this demographics that can able to handle this type of movie, at least a 7 to 10, just to point this out there. But this is still great for families anyhow, if you can handle this live action from the cartoon to this movie. It's beautifully, stunningly awesome to watch. It's nothing terrible to look at, shot for shot. It never bothers, and I hope it doesn't bother people. But Dreamers How to Train Dragon is just stunningly amazing of live action. We never get to see once in our lifetimes, and this is possibly one of the best looking versions out there yet. Just like the anime version of the movie, I'll be giving this a 9 out of 10 and 4.5 stars. I cannot recommend this movie enough, and this is, like I say, great for newcomers, for those that never experienced the anime movies. But this is a crowd-pleasing movie, I can tell you right now, for many reasons. For families and fans to come. The sequel's coming out in a couple more years. This is gonna like possibly defy more expectations with the same filmmakers, same cast coming back, bringing the animated trilogy to the big screen in live action transitioning form. And overall, just one of the best stunning live action we ever get to see. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you've seen this movie, what do you think of it? And do you prefer the live action or the animated version? Let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this review and leave a like on this video as it helps a lot. Most importantly, I want each one of you guys stay safe and stay positive out there. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.